So welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. So it's been since Dresden when I spoke to you last. I went to Poland and went to Budapest, but there weren't any good cigar lounges and we didn't have enough time in Poland. So I'm here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It is 35 degrees Celsius and I shaved my head. That's how you beat genetic baldness, is you just shave your head and voila, you're cured. So I'm here in the Pavilion Mall today and I'm going to show you how to get to a cigar lounge nearby, an unassuming place. They don't serve alcohol and they have a reasonably good collection of cigars. I haven't decided what I'm going to have yet, but I'm going to show you how to get there. So bear with me. We're going to exit the mall now and I'll see you outside, okay? Actually, I just wanted to mention, so the Pavilion is quite a fancy mall, okay? It's not your normal, typical mall that the average person will come to. It's got fancy restaurants and it's got some cheap food as well, but it's got designer brands left, right and center. Like, I think this place here is a designer brand called Dior. I don't know what it is. I think they sell expensive shit. You know? Yeah, Dior. Yeah, there you go. And then as we come out of the mall, there we go. Look at that. So you can see everything is well manicured over here. There's even a functioning fountain. There's a place there called Rolex. I think that's an expensive place. Oh, look at that. There's a clothing shop called Armani. I don't know what that is. Armani. It looks fancy. Yeah, look at that. Coach. I think they sell bus tickets if you want to get around. Oh, there's a place over there called, I don't know, Louis Vuitton or something. Yeah. So this place is quite a, upmarket place. It looks like. Yeah. There we go. Anyway, let me take you through the cigar lounge. So as you come out of Pavilion, you have to cross the street. There's 3 seconds left. I'm going to try and make it because it doesn't matter. No one here follows the rules. It's actually quite liberating. Yeah, I hardly wear pants most days because no one seems to care. There's no rules here. Yeah. Pretty busy place. So when you get out of Pavilion, so that's the Pavilion, okay? You walk up this little street. So I discovered this place because Karen was buying some stuff from Sephora and I just saw out the window that there was a little cigar lounge. I thought it was a bit weird. I was like, is that a cigar lounge? I couldn't really search for it on the map. And eventually it came up on Google Maps, but it was a bit bizarre. But anyway, not far along, so here we go. There's so many people. Can't wait to get in and just light up a stogie. Anyway, so when you see Sephora, okay, so I was here and I saw the cigar lounge over there called Suaz Cigars. Anyway, the entrance is in a hotel. So this hotel isn't like the most 5-star hotel of all. It's in the middle of the main strip, but there is a very unassuming, unlicensed cigar bar in there, or cigar lounge. They sell only tea and coffee and other refreshments, but not actual alcohol. So here we go. It's by Starbucks. The Answer Kuala Lumpur. And you can smell it when you walk in, even though they've got ventilation, you can just smell that smoke. Here we go. And this is the lounge right here. So I'm about to go in there. So as you enter, you've got the front counter over here and the humid is on your left. Here you go. So we've got some Cubans. So you've got a lot of Cuban cigars over here, which is pretty typical for most places in Asia. Montecristos, Hoyos, Partagas. Pretty good selection of Cubans. But today I'm not going to review a Cuban. Today I'm going to review a non-Cuban. I'm going to review the CAO Pilon or Pilon Robusto, because I've had that before and it is delicious and I want to tell you guys about it. There we go. So you've got Davidoffs and you've got some other names that I don't know, probably some private roles which I won't touch. Just don't want to vomit. But yeah, in the black market, I like Bradley, obviously that's a popular one because it's a bit of an outlier. But yeah, and then entering the lounge, so it's not outside cigar, which I totally understand. And they have coffee, tea, and a quaint little lounge. And I'm gonna sit right here. Hello and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. Today I am in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I've shown you where the cigar lounge is. There's no alcohol here. It's non-alcoholic tea, coffee, and some snacks and desserts. So today I am pairing this CAO Pilon with a glass of Teh-tarik, because when you're in Malaysia, you've got to have something Malaysian, right? So a glass of cold Teh-tarik with this cigar today. So this cigar is a 5x52 Robusto. It is a Habano Ecuadorian wrapper with a binder and filler of a Nicaraguan leaf. I haven't had a cigar for a while, so I think this is gonna buzz the shit out of me, but let's see how it goes. So just cutting the tip, very tight draw, very tight draw, very densely packed tobaccos. It doesn't say Maduro, but it's exceptionally dark tobaccos as well. Very chocolatey, cedar, smells very nice. Well, that is a real tight draw over there. I'm going to take a little bit more off. I don't think that's right. Oh, that is tight. That is tight. No. I'm going to return that. Sorry. Cigar is plugged. No way. No. So they gave me this tool bit, and I hope I don't stab myself to death with it. Let's see how it works. You kind of just stab the shit out of it. Just unlock some of that. Let's see. Nah, that is fucked up. That's not right. I've never had anyone give me a tool bit like this before. Usually they'll just replace a stick because bottom line it's a pretty shit experience if you've got a plug cigar, but let's see. Nah, sorry. Alright, we tried to unblock that one, but no such luck. But before I cut this one, I'm just going to massage it a bit. I can feel there is a little bit of hardness, but I mean the humidity looks good. I don't know why I would have done that, but really strange. But let's see how this one plays out. Let's see. Oh, straight away. That's better. Fantastic. So I'm glad that they replaced the stick because that would have ruined any experience. And an honourable thing to do. It is. It really is. You know, when you're paying for a premium, and you know you gotta just make sure you know the etiquette and perfect. This one is gonna puff nice. So let's try that again. So I love the music here, by the way. The soundtrack is Lady in Red. I mean, it's fantastic. Not that. That is cigar. Alright, well, let's get puffing. That's smoking beautifully. Look at that. Perfect puff. The lounge is quaint, it's quite small. So a lot of filters, which is cool. Got some heat pumps. So yeah, look, I mean, it doesn't smell like it's overwhelmed with smoke in here, which is quite nice. The music playlist is great, 80s love songs. Everyone loves some fucking 80s love songs. First impressions of the Pilon. Quite a dry smoke. Coffee, espresso, very forward, spicy. I'm actually going to let it calm down a little bit. I think lighting process made it a little bit too spicy, but let's see what happens. I haven't had this in a few years, so let's see if these recent releases are the same as I remember. But the smoke output, I'd say medium heavy, so it's not too thick, it's not too heavy. Got a dry smoke. Hay, cedar, slightly creamy, espresso. I'm getting some almonds in there, some amaretto, some almond liqueur. I'm getting a bit of tannin, like a burnt tannin, which is quite strange. Now, let's see what happens, but my first impression is, I don't know why, but I don't know if that's the case, but I think the tobacco could probably use a little bit more aging, but I don't know. Just a little bit of slight stringency to it. But maybe that just needs a bit of warming up. But I will see you after the first third. But as I said, I'm pairing the cigar with a glass of Taytaric, Win and KL. It's a little bit more flavour, I think. Needs a little bit more tea in the Taytaric, but yeah, not the worst. Let's see how it goes. So the smoke has calmed down a bit. Less harsh, less astringent. I think it just needed a little bit of heat and breathing. But definitely the espresso coffee notes is the main theme here. I wonder how intense that's going to be as it progresses. Spicy, but a little bit of black pepper in there. I hope the black pepper won't become more prominent. If it does, then I'd be highly disappointed, because when you get harshness of black pepper, it's not very pleasant. But let's see how it progresses. For now, it's very pleasant. I'm only that much into the cigar, so it's not going to be indicative yet. The smoke is definitely dry, not oily at all. It's definitely not a Maduro, but it's got a very dark wrapper, but I wouldn't classify it as a Maduro mouthfeel. It doesn't have that oiliness. It doesn't have that thick smoke. But so far, yeah, it's pretty good. Wet hay. Almonds definitely there, which kind of makes me a bit wary, because when I'm starting to taste almonds now, then it might be a bit much later. But let's see how it goes. The Taytaric, though, I'll be completely honest with you, the Taytaric is a little bit lackluster. I think next time just go for an Earl Grey tea. I'd go for an Earl Grey tea or a coffee maybe. But the Taytaric has almost no flavour. It's ice and it's got milk in it, and I don't even know what I'm drinking, to be honest. Hardly any sweetness to it, so I'm a little bit disappointed with the Taytaric. But let's see how it progresses. I've decided I'm not going to do the whole third thing. I'm going to re-engage with you as soon as I have something to report, something different, something interesting, okay? So I'll see you in the next bit. So I've progressed through the cigar now. The cigar's still smoking quite well. Very well, actually. Not too hot. I've been taking my time with it. I've been very surprised at the progression. Actually, it hasn't gotten much stronger at all, which is great. It's a great sign. The smoke output has become somewhat thicker and a little bit oilier, but obviously that's just the build-up of the smoke through the cigar. Coffee is definitely the main theme of this. I'm not getting much chocolate. It's coffee, Italian hard roast. That's what it is. Italian bold roast coffee is what I'm getting from here. And the almond that I was scared of actually has calmed down a lot, which is great. The pepper has calmed down a lot, which is great. So far it's been very good. Fantastic. An earthiness is starting to develop, like a bit of a slight wet soil flavour. The humidity has been great in these cigars. I think they've kept a really good humidity in there, and it looks like they've got a humidifier that's constantly, monitoring the humidity in the humidor, which is fantastic. But look, I mean, Let's report back towards the end of the start of the band and see how it is. But so far, it's been pretty good. Nearing the end of the band now, and I must admit, this cigar has held its own. I'm still pretty bitter about this this Taytaric that I got. It's just not very good. And you know, when you go to a lounge like this, you don't have to be a dick about it, but you do have to give feedback, because when you come to a lounge like this, you are paying a luxury price, right? Cigars are not cheap. Cigars are a luxury product. And so you really need to tell them your feedback. And I'm not going to finish that drink, and I'm going to tell them, look, it just needs more flavor. So I'm going to tell them that in a nice way, and I'm still going to pay for it. That's not a problem. But man, just a letdown. But the ambience is nice, and the lounge itself is nice. I wish it served alcohol, but it's a shame they don't. Anyway. Look, I'm going to call it right now. I'm not going to recommend the cigar, actually. It's a no for me. In fact, after I get off the camera, I probably will stop smoking it after a few more puffs. I can tell it's not going to be pretty all the way. It's not going to be good. I'm disappointed because I tried it years ago and I thought it was delicious, but it's just not conducive to an experience that I can smoke it all the way to the end, or even, you know, halfway through the band. It's just too peppery. It's lacking balance. It's lacking balance. It's just lacking interest factor. It's quite two-dimensional. The smoke output is nice, but it's not a very good texture. So I'm going to call it, this cigar is a no from me. It's a no from me. Yeah, it's very two-dimensional. All I'm getting is coffee, a little bit of hay, some earthiness, some pepper, but there's no sweetness to balance the spice. There's no sweetness to balance the slight bitterness. It's slightly on the astringent side. So it's actually the first cigar that I'm reviewing that is a no from me, I think. I mean, it's not expensive, but that's not the point. I'd rather pay double and get something better. You know, if you're gonna pollute your body, or shall I say, if you're going to bless your body with vitamin T and vitamin C, vitamin cigar that is, you know, better be a good stick. You know what I mean? It's just not conducive of a good cigar. So it gets a no from me. This is a red buzzer. No, thank you. I will not revisit it again. It's not the worst cigar I've ever had, but it's certainly not something that I would bother again. So I was actually picking this, between this and either an LFD or a, what was the other one? An Oliver. There was an Oliver there. I think I picked wrong today, but I really thought this would be quite good, but no, it's not a good one. So anyway, until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Not a bad lounge, not a good Taytaric, but you know, a reasonable range. But it's not something that this cigar, it's all about the cigar here today. It's not something that I would recommend. So no from me. See you next time. Cheers. Oh wait, before I go, I'm actually looking at another lounge here, and I'll see if I can. I'm not going to promise anything, but hopefully I'll get the inspiration to go there. But that lounge is all Cuban cigars. It's La Casa del Habano at Mandarin Oriental. I'll see if I feel inspired. Cheers.